Hello, Facebook land. This is
Hello.
Milton and Rochelle McClellan from Roots Counseling. We wanted to do kind of a quick little intro video of who we are. My wife is super excited because, it's a late night and her
So
makeup
excited.
is not exactly up to
A
par,
little greasy.
apparently, from the day. So we are the owners and operators of Roots Counseling. We've been here in Cedar now for what's almost 7 years now. Roots has been open for, sorry, we'll pull back a little bit. So my forehead is, well, it's just big. We've been doing Roots counseling now for 3 years, and full-time for Rochelle since June of last year, and I'll hit a year full-time in October. So all coming up really quick. It's kind of been a crazy adventure for us.
Yep.
We probably should start with like why we chose the name we did, right? Like that's a good.
Good
So
information.
instead of calling it like Milton and Rochelle Counseling or M&R or I don't know,
McClellan Counseling.
McClellan Counseling or us, I don't know. Either way, we chose the name Roots because we wanted a metaphor. The tagline underneath our logo is learn, heal, grow, and strengthen. And we chose that because, by the way, there's Easter in our background. So you can see the Easter.
We've been a little busy with the business and
yeah.
haven't been able to redecorate for, 4th of July?
Yeah. So we are patriotic. We do love our country. We just don't put it up. So why we chose the name Roots and the motto, learn, heal, grow, strengthen. So there's a metaphor we've kind of used in counseling for a long, long time. And that is that lots of people come in to counseling to deal with sorry, my son is in the room and he's being my son. Lots of people come into counseling because they're looking at the basic problems, the surface problems. Well, I'm a little depressed at, my life. I'm struggling with work. I might have some addictions. I might have some dysregulation with my kids. I might have some struggles, just in general. And those are kind of what we call the fruit and the leaves of the tree. Those are the things that everyone can see. But underneath that, you've got the branches and the trunk. And those are kind of the like basic problems that people have in their lives, the unseen things that kind of happen behind closed doors, the family structures, the culture, the way you view the world a little bit. And then underneath all that, you've got your root system. Your root system is kind of your core values, your core beliefs that make up the way you see all of the world. And our belief, our philosophy in counseling is that things don't get better until you actually look at the core, the root of the problem, and then learn about those roots, understand your roots, and understand what makes them shape the way you see the world, the way you feel, the way you function, all of those things. And then learning to heal from the roots that have been a problem for you, learning to heal from traumas that have happened to you from your lifetime, learning to heal from roots that just aren't healable, for lack of a better term, because there are all things in our lives that we just can't change. And then some healing is learning to cut away the roots that don't matter, the roots that, I don't know, what would you say, like behavior patterns and thinking patterns that are changeable. Like
It may come from our core beliefs or how we were raised and those types of things, but don't necessarily serve their purpose for us.
right. So figure out how to get rid of those core beliefs, change those, cut out the roots, if you will. And then strengthen is by grafting in other parts of our lives. And we do that through skills and trauma work and a whole bunch of other therapies that we use, but mostly dialectical behavior therapy, which I think we'll go into tomorrow. Graft in new skills into our trees and new branches of how to do life. And then as you do that, learn, heal, you grow, and then you strengthen the tree by, cultivating those skills and working on them and really growing those skills. So we do that through a variety of techniques. We have obviously individual counseling. We do a lot of group skills work, which is not the same as group therapy per se. It's more about helping people, like I said, graft in kind of new approaches to life or strengthening skills that you already have and making them more effective.
People get a little afraid when we say group, and so we like to reiterate that it is a skills group, not a come tell me all your problems and everyone else gets to tell you their problems kind of group. So,
by the way, we didn't intentionally choose our spot very well, but we sure dig that picture behind us. And we really like the light in our head because then it makes us look angelic.
it's important.
So that's important. We do family and couples counseling. We work with a lot of couples who, where one of the couples is struggling from behavior addictions. I work with generally the addicted individual, and then Rochelle tends to work with the individuals who's supporting. And that's partly because we come from that background ourselves. She's trying to hide her double chin now. I'll try to
We're supposed to,
Go up.
See?
go up,
Oh,
but that's
see?
too hard. My arm
You
hurts.
can't see my double chin.
Yeah, well, you hold it. Hey, there we go.
See better.
Hey, look, my arm. So we come from a background of addiction. I'm in recovery from addictions, and Rochelle is obviously the spouse, the supportive person. Then I feel like there's no forehead.
Yeah, isn't that a good thing?
I don't know. You guys tell us. Forehead, no forehead. So we do a lot of work around families and how to strengthen families, even if they're struggling with these kind of problems. We are working with a lot of veterans right now, and we're really grateful for that opportunity. I've learned a ton from the veterans that I work with, and man, they just kind of open up your world. You know, we think we've been through a lot, but then you work with someone who's been in a war zone in Vietnam, and that's a completely different ballgame. More importantly, I think we wanted to get on here and say hello and introduce ourselves, but kind of talk about how grateful we are to be a part of this community in Cedar City. We love it here. You know, when we moved here, I think we could honestly say this is probably the first time we felt like we were home. You know, and we've been in a lot of great places and a lot of great communities, and in our local ward here, we're part of the LDS community. But, you know, when we got here, it became a different thing. And, you know, this is where our kids are going to grow up, and this is where we've bought our house. This is where we're going to get old. And we look forward. Older. Right. We're old now. Forgot. So we just wanted to jump on and do a little bit of who we are and introduce ourselves. And either I or Rochelle will do some of the videos. We've also got some other staff members, and hopefully we can introduce you guys to them on Friday when we have our staff meeting. And you can kind of get to know the rest of our great staff. So this is Roots Counseling. We know it's 10 something at night, but this is the first time we really had free to get together and do this today. It's been a great busy day. So thanks Cedar City for welcoming us into the community. We look forward to serving you more. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.